How's it going? This is the TR-606. Welcome to Synth Party, by the way. This is my latest favorite. I've used a lot this TR-707, and after a while I liked that one so much I decided to try its little brother, the 606, and it's been really fun. It's all analog, so the sounds are just kind of like super minimal and really hip. Really cool toms. That's probably my favorite element of it. So that's one of the things I just love about this guy. I actually really love the way that you sequence in the beat, because even on the 707 you kind of have to push like instrument, like a couple buttons at once, and it can be a little confusing. The simplicity of this thing is just beautiful. It just has this one knob that you turn around and select. Okay, I want to mess with the bass drum, you know. And you've got those all lined up right there. And then you say, okay, I'm going to mess with the snare. And then, you know, and then it's just really simple. You can go through and add. Another thing that I think is really fun about this is you would think that you could either have an open hat or a closed hat on a thing, but I've even noticed that I'll put an open hat on this, and then I'll also put a closed hat on that one. That kind of has its own sound altogether. So a lot of times I just experiment with them until I find something I really like. It's just got a really great feel to it. And then another feature that's fun on this too, just because it's so easy to understand with all this, is I'll just go to the accent. And you can kind of choose how much that affects it. But even having on all the downbeats, that sounds pretty cool right there. This pattern I'm using right here is kind of the basis of the beat that I used in my latest Robert Loud release called Cruel World. I ended up kind of lengthening the pattern in the song, but I kind of worked from this beat right here and tracked everything separately, and then kind of made it a longer phrase in Pro Tools. But that's the main idea, and I just love how minimal it sounds. It's really great.
Everybody knows the rich get richer. All the pretty people get kissed on their lips. Everybody knows the rich get richer. All the pretty people get kissed on their lips. It's a cruel world. It's a cruel world.
The other thing worth mentioning is this sync in right here. It looks like a MIDI jack, but it's actually not MIDI. It doesn't do MIDI beat clock. But it is the regular DIN jack. And what you can do with that is, I have this Kenton, it's actually a MIDI to CV converter, but it has a feature down here where you can, so it has MIDI in, and then this through jack, if you change the setting down here on number 42, you can actually turn it into a sync out. So every time I want to record a beat with this, all I do is plug in a cable from here to here, and put this on the sync setting, and it tracks just great. Kenton has like a standalone sync box that's just MIDI to sync. that I think is even cheaper than this, but I already had this for other synths, so I've just kind of been using that. Besides that, pretty simple. It's a fun little machine. I've really been enjoying it. It even runs on batteries. You can use, of course, the Boss type power supply, but I read online that the batteries in these just last forever, and I just think it's handy, so I don't even have to plug it in. It's really great. Tiny little drum machine, very portable.
Everybody knows the rich get richer. The famous don't need more friends. All the pretty people get kissed on the lips. It's a cruel world. It's a cruel world.